Yeah, let's go. Be the shoes. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Man Takes Shoes Out of Box, the episode where you get to sit there and watch me take some shoes out of a box and then tell you what I think of them. Today we are talking about the Nike Air Max 95 collaboration with Levi's, and this is the black colorway. First of all, let's talk about the release. This release has been getting a lot of hype since it was initially announced some time back. It's the first collaboration between Nike and Levi's, I think, since we had the Air Jordan 4 collaboration back in like 2017, which if you were tapped into the sneaker game around that time, you'll remember that release was pretty hype. Much like the Air Jordan 4 release, you've got three different colorways, a black pair, a white pair, and then a blue pair. Black and the white pair released the other day on the Nike sneakers app. The blue pair was the Levi's exclusive release. All of these pairs have pretty much sold out everywhere. And the first come first serve release that was done by Levi's in store was met with varying levels of chicanery and disorganization, leading to varying levels of disappointment. First of all, the release, as per the footage seen here in New York, seemed to be pretty organized. Not much in the way of kerfuffles. The release, however, in London was pretty crap from what I've heard. Those that camped out overnight in London sorted out their own list and wristband system, only for that to be completely upended once the doors opened and all in attendance rushed to try to get in there. We have also seen in the past day some images from the Paris Levi's store release, which looked pretty organized. And this has been a bit of an embarrassment for the UK, who generally pride themselves on being able to queue up better than most other nationalities. But I guess when the man them are potentially able to make £20 or £25 off reselling these shoes, you are going to get a little bit of argy-bargy. Now, the first come first serve releases haven't been the only part of this release to disappoint a lot of people. A number of people over the past day or two have been getting really disappointing emails from Levi's saying that their orders have been cancelled. So whilst this release has been pretty cool for a lot of people like myself who managed to hit on these via the Nike sneakers app, it can't be denied that a lot of people have been very disappointed. So the collaboration wasn't just limited to sneakers. There was also a pretty cool denim jacket that's currently reselling on StockX for a little over £300. The baggy jeans are also selling for a similar amount of money, and we'll talk about some of the different resale prices after we review the kicks. So let's get into the sneakers themselves. First and foremost, the packaging is pretty cool. It's like your regular orange and brown Nike sportswear box, but in place of the orange, you've got the red, which is a reference to the red tab. You've got some Levi's co-branding on the lid, as well as on the side. And when you open it up, you get the dollar bill designed Levi's branded paper inside. So yeah, quite nice, tasteful, collaborative touches. Getting into the sneakers, it's a pretty basic sneaker, to be honest. It's nothing kind of crazy or out the gates. The devil is in the details with these shoes. It's pretty much a murdered out, all black denim Air Max 95. Air Max 95 gradient doesn't feature any real variation when it comes to the colors or the textures of the denim, but you do get a little bit of contrast with the top panel featuring a woven material. You also get a little bit of leather action running down the front of the tongue, as well as a little bit of leather action running down the spine of the back. But generally speaking, it's just a completely blacked out, matted out, black denim Air Max 95. I mean, the matte accents also extends to the midsole, which has also been matted out. And these feature the big bubble technology. And you've got a little bit of contrast on the outsole with the red flash running down the middle. And you've also got a little bit of red on the insole. In terms of some of the other collaborative details, you get the Levi's red tab around the back quarter on the lateral side of the shoe. The left side features an embroidered swoosh, and then it's just regular Air Max 95 branding on the tongue. They come with the custom Levi's hang tag on the side, similar to what you would expect to get on a pair of jeans. And you get two extra sets of laces, a thick black set in like a rope style, and then a thick rope style in the red. And I'm not gonna lie, these really do feel like they need the red laces in order to give them some much needed pop and contrast. Unless of course you do like the completely blacked out look. I know a lot of you guys are gonna be interested in the quality, and so yeah, let's talk a little bit about the quality. So the denim material is quite nice. They feature the frayed edges, which kind of give the shoe a little bit of contrast. Like, it's not completely flat black. The frayed edges do give a little bit of lightly colored contrast to the shoe. The woven material does feel like a nice quality, so too does the leather down the tongue and the back tab. It's does feel like a slightly elevated sneaker compared to your run-of-the-mill GR Air Max 95 for sure. In terms of the quality control, like the denim to me feels really good. It looks like it's been well stitched and well made. The only issue that I have with the QC, and this could be a feature of just Air Max 95s in general, is just the glue on the joins from the midsole to the upper. Like particularly on the right shoe, it is pretty egregious, man. It's not that nice to look at, and it's not just the join from the midsole to the upper, it's actually the back bubble as well, which just looks a little bit poorly cut out. But apart from that, the QC is generally pretty sweet in my opinion. So I guess the only thing to do right now is to chuck them on and see how they look and feel how they feel. In terms of the sizing, I went with my normal size UK 9.5, and these fit really nice actually. And in terms of the comforts, yeah, they felt really good on feet. Sometimes with the Air Max 95s, they tend to run a little bit more narrow for me, but I think because of the denim material and because of the construction, these did afford a little bit more room. So if you were wondering about sizing, I think true to size should have you feeling absolutely fine. And if you do have a wide foot, as usual with Air Max 95s, you might want to consider going a half size up just to make sure. But I think true to size is absolutely fine. In terms of how they look on feet, yeah, look, they're clean. Can't be denied, man. I think with the red laces, they'll add a little bit of extra pop and a little bit of contrast, but generally speaking, I think they look really clean on feet. The denim material is supposed to weather and age and patina quite naturally, a little bit like your normal jeans. So these have been made with a sense of like customization about them. As you wear them, they kind of take on a little bit of a guise of their own. But if you're not overly bowled over by them, I wouldn't really blame you. It is, after all, pretty much an all black Air Max 95. It is going to be one of those if you know type sneakers. Right, so let's talk a little bit about the resale prices, because they're not like crazy spectacular. The highest bid is £167 for my size, so obviously if you wanted to cash out right now, you'd be losing a crazy amount of money. The last sale was £310, so whoever sold that pair probably netted around about £80 or £90 profit. And if you wanted to buy now, 287 is the price I'm seeing, so a little over £300. So you're looking right around £100 over the retail right now to buy a pair, and if you wanted to sell a pair, you're probably looking at making around 70 odd pounds for the black pair. The white pair is pretty comparable, to be fair. The rarest pair, the blue pair, are going for a little bit more. In fact, the blue pair are selling for quite a bit actually. £555 was the last sale. Buy now 459, and the highest bid 357. So the blue pair, by far and away the rarest pair. That's the pair to have if you wanted to sell. That's the pair to have if you wanted to have the rarest ones, and arguably it's the nicest pair just because it has a genuine amount of wearability as well as contrast and pop. Like the black pair and the white pair are just kind of like pretty plain Jane really. So yeah, that's the resale breakdown. In terms of the collectability and stuff like that, two iconic brands teaming up, Nike and Levi's. Obviously they've teamed up before in the past and there's a bit of legacy there. Is this one of the biggest collabs of the year? I don't know, I don't really think so. I think these are gonna come and go, and by the time we look back at the end of the year, this is just going to be one of those collabs that featured but doesn't really resonate or won't have resonated with a whole heap of people. Is it a clean shoe? Yes. Is it a very wearable colorway? Absolutely. Are they truly spectacular and noteworthy and memorable? No, not really. Like, they're nice, but nothing crazy in my opinion. But obviously, if you're into Levi's, if you're an Air Max 95 fanatic, if you're into your 110s, these are going to be a bit of a no-brainer. But if you're on the fence about these and you're kind of gutted that you missed out, I really wouldn't worry too much about them. They're pretty plain Jane, nondescript. And there we go, those are my thoughts. What are you guys thinking? Are you guys digging the collaboration? Do you think these are fire? Do you think they're a little bit overrated? Feel free to let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video. I will see you on the next one. Take care for now, and peace.